Hello everyone and welcome back to the next episode of Prophecy of Pendor Mountain Blade Warband, where last time we helped out the Noldor, we befriended the Noldor, and we now need to go talk to Huithril to claim our reward. However, before we do that, I want to go to the old ruins by Quinn and drop off these two Noldor hunters that we picked up from that Jatu army. Again, it's one of the few ways I'm actually able to get more Noldor troops, so I need to preserve them for later, because they are going to be very useful in the later stages of this campaign, and getting Noldor troops is really quite difficult. So the Noldor hunter and the Noldor warrior can go in there. We will upgrade those Noldor hunters at a later stage, I would think. These arquebusiers I'm also going to drop, so our company is now very low, which is a problem, but we will find a way to deal with that as time goes on. Let's head to Laria, speak to Huithril, and possibly pick up some more troops, because we're a little bit low on the whole troop count at the moment. I don't want to pick up mercenary sergeants though, those will be too expensive. Iris the Lotus, sending troops to me? Sadly not. I mean, I can buy mercenaries, but mercenaries are incredibly expensive. Hello there, Huithril. My friend in the woods tell me you've destroyed the marauding Jatu. In addition to 3,000 dinars, you're now granted access to Elakrai, the hidden Noldor castle on the north shore of the lake in the woods of Laria. I'm glad to be of assistance and will surely look for this castle. So, we could try hire Noldor arms or troops from this chap here, but we'll get a much better deal if we go to the castle. It's one of the other ways you can purchase troops. You will still need a Qualis gem, which makes things inherently complicated because they're very hard to get hold of. Let's go have a look at Elakrai, and here we are. The Noldor castle. And if we take a look around, it looks pretty fancy. It takes some very strong resemblance to both Helm's Deep, Minas Tirith in the Lord of the Rings, and I'm sure bits of Rivendell as well. This castle will never be attacked unless you attack it, but spoiler alert, with 1,000 Noldor inside, that's not going to go very well. That is essentially the hardest castle you can take on. It is doable, but it's really, really tough, and I've never actually managed to do it. And I don't really ever intend to, because you're supposed to make friends with the Noldor. And here we are inside their hall, their manor. And there are 4 NPCs in here, so we can speak to Sadron. I've got questions about the Noldor, so you can ask for a lot of things. For now, though, we don't need to speak to him too much. We've got Calanon. So, I'm interested in Noldor items, and here are the Noldor goods, which is pretty useful. It means we don't need to spend a Qualis gem, and we can get some pretty good bows. They'll be better than our Hawkstorm bow, but as you can see, pretty expensive. Right now we're struggling a bit for money, but if we go to the very top here, some very cool looking things. I mean, you require strength 30. It's going to be a while before we can get something like that, but even this, this helmet is pretty good. But I can't justify spending 12,000 on a helmet at the moment, especially when we're likely to get more Empire Shadow Legion gear as time goes on. The one thing I might consider, and not at the moment but later, is this large bag of arrows at 17,000, because having 36 arrows is obviously less than the Valentine arrows here, but we do get a lot more damage with them. Plenty of options, but not at the moment. We don't have the money. We could buy ourselves a horse. We do need to buy ourselves a new horse, but we're not going to do so here. By all means, in fact, we have a Corsair here. It's not going to survive very long, but we'll take it. We can also speak to Arandur here, so we can hire Noldor troops. So again, we need a Qualis gem for that. And we can also speak to Vendethiel, who can let us train. I don't tend to do this very much, but let's give it a go. So we can train with some Noldor troops, but bow and arrows are going to hurt, because obviously the Noldor are very proficient at this. It's kind of good practice for when you get into tournaments with the Noldor. But as you can see, oh, we knocked each other out. That doesn't happen very often. But then you have to go back in here and speak to the same lady again. See if you completed your training. yeah, so proficiency of 1 point. You can train here. I just don't tend to because it takes too long and I've got better things to do. And at the beginning of the month, sadly we've just missed it, but at the beginning of the month there is a tournament which happens at Elacry, which could be well worth attending to get some gear. As time goes on, there will probably be some more things we can do with the Noldor, but it's definitely very positive indeed. For now, I'm going to just get rid of some of this other gear that I don't need currently. I might keep hold of this various loot though, that might be worth holding on to either for now or for later. Drop all these bits off, all these kind of Jatu gear that we can sell. Should sell for a pretty penny, and we are... This is at the point of the campaign that it's actually going to be quite tough for us, because we don't have any cities or towns or castles, because we've decided to stay independent. So actually getting more money than we currently get from our businesses a week is going to rely purely on loot and prisoners, which is kind of a problem, and also from trading and doing any jobs for local guild masters. My point being is that for now our regular income can only go so high, and that is inherently a problem. Hello Phineas, you sometimes have some fun books. Here's the other Noldor Relations book. Not that we need it at the moment. Pendorian Commander, I wouldn't mind, but we've already got the Leaders of Pendor, which will give us the same skill. 2 to training while inventory is not terrible. For 5,000, we'll take that. +2 to trainer is inherently very useful. That means we can focus our skill points somewhere else. I wouldn't normally spend that money, but again, I think it is worth it. There, Frost Bandits. Let's just get our skill back in check. I haven't played this for a few days. Battle advantage is actually very even, apparently. But we've lost a lot of our troops in that original engagement with the Jatu army last episode, and we are pretty low on troop count. However, I think the troops we do have tend to be pretty strong. But we are losing a few troops here. Take out some of these archers at the back as prisoners. We also need to continue the process of giving our companions some blunt weapons so they can take prisoners as well. I know that we have given one to Sir Alistair, but we should also give one to at least the companions who are on the front line a lot. Lethal Durin, of course, I can't give stuff to just yet, but in the future, I think once I'm level 30 I'm able to change his gear. Not that I would want to. There goes a horse. I like to keep Lethal Durin as is. I don't like him to change out it. The only way I ever give him equipment is if I can afford a better Noldor equipment to give him a Noldor upgrade, because I don't think he would wear just everyday human gear. He's like Legolas. He's a elvish princeling. He's not going to just wear some random gear. Right. Well, let's Sarah the Fox equip all that stuff. Excellent. And we are going to be taking everything now to sell, because apart from this, tournaments, trading, and jobs, that's pretty much all we can do for the time being. Take you. We also need to speak to Agathon Legatus, who I think is probably somewhere around here. Speak to Lord Deodatus here, because we need to get our Mr. Donovan back. Right, he's close to White Stag, travelling to Laria. It's annoying, we just came from there. Let's go back there now. Are you here? You don't appear to be here, that's fine. You were travelling to Laria because Laria is now his home because he was awarded it, which is actually a problem, because it means he's probably never going to become friends with us unless he loses Laria, which is possible. So it's still worth being friends with him. He's close to that place there. I can't pronounce it, but I know it's not too far away. It's just over here. Fitzvane the Deshar War, that could be a problem for the Fitzvane the Deshar, proving very, very good at the moment. I will have Donovan back, thank you. Do you have any other tasks for me? I'm not going to hunt someone down at the moment. because it's only a +1 relation, and I feel like we can be doing some better things with our time. Let's upgrade who we can. We will speak actually maybe to the Larian Guildmaster. See if he's got any interesting jobs for us. Miss Mountain Army? Absolutely not. But we will sell stuff here actually. I didn't think about that. Oh, okay, well, I was about to say let's not sell that grain. There's only 2 left in that bag anyway. So it's inherently not really a problem. So we're just Salion. We need to pick up a few more troops. We're only at 59 troops at the moment. This kind of lack of being able to recruit from villages is really actually quite problematic. It's possibly more of a problem than I had initially anticipated. Graydon, anything here for me? Sadly not. And I can't take mercenary sharpshooters. They're good troops, but I can't really justify buying them at the cost they end up being. It's just not worth it. Back a Sympathise to Global instead of the Shah, that will be an interesting one. Those are 2 of the strongest factions going at the moment. We'll see what happens with them. Why is everyone mercenary infantry? So my prisoners, please have a mercenary group for me. You don't, that's unfortunate. So Roland, we'll come back for you at a later stage. We just need to go get some troops, because we expended a lot of troops fighting that Jatu army, but it's definitely worth it in the long run. Young Sardion nobles I'll take, and it's not spectacular, but it'll have to do, I think. Got to keep an eye out for the heretics who are nearby, especially Ogren the Devourer. He's going to hurt. Heretics, I can take some farmers from them, I suppose. It's better than nothing. We will just charge. We'll let our cavalry take the brunt of the damage here, because they'll just charge us, I would imagine. Yes, they are. So the fox being knocked out. Oh, these guys are actually problematic. I didn't realise these guys were hit. Serene, please move. I do not want to get stuck. My horse is not very armoured as it is. Yeah, these Bloodstorm Witches are going to be a problem. We're going to need to deal with them. They will hurt, but we should manage. Maiden Cavalry dead, Adventurer dead. Oh, there goes the horse. Thank you, Sir Alistair, you very much saved me there. There we go, Bloodstorm Witch dead. That could have been worse, only 2 deaths. We get some renown, some morale. That's actually a better horse for me, which is good. It's a bit more armoured. It will stay alive a little bit longer, not much, but we'll take it. And we can hire the farmers because those are Pendor troops inherently. Militia recruit, I don't think we can take. We'll just have to, oh no, they do turn into Pendor recruits. That's fine. It's going to take a long while before they're kind of ready to go, but we do have good training skill, especially now we picked up that book, so we can start getting these guys upgraded a little bit. Another adventurer. We should probably move those Bacchus squires down a bit. Problem is that the more we spend on mercenaries, the more problematic it gets. I will take some Singalian spearmen. Anything else here? No one else here in general. I didn't realise did I know Valenbray had been taken? Goodness me, the Dashar are absolutely dominant in this playthrough. And they have been in the last couple of playthroughs I've done. They've been a real kind of strong contender. I do suspect that the Fierce Vein are coming to try and retake Valenbray, because they've got a very large contingent over there. That's fine by me. I'd actually prefer the Dashar getting knocked down a peg. Hello there. Ow, that hurt. We didn't get our shield up in time. Right, there's going to be more than one bandit somewhere. I presume. Where's the other one? There's never just one. There's always at least 2. Oh, there's more than just one. Let's use the well for cover if we can. You're dead. That's good. We should be able to reload faster than this guy because he's a crossbow user. We're an archer. Not if he moves though. Got to use this well effectively as cover. And finish him off hopefully. There we go, got him. Ooh, that was tough. I guess it's 150 dinars, it's better than nothing I suppose. In the tavern, please tell me there's some decent mercenaries here. Don't see anyone here. Menton Free Brothers, we can take you, that's fine. It's 1,000 dinars, but you guys are pretty decent soldiers. And there's 8 of you, which is just going to help our group go back up. That's why I'm capitulating. I've got 8 mercenary sergeants at 100 dinars each. I know we needed those troops, but I can't afford to pay them. Not $100 a piece. I've got to reserve. If I'm paying them $100 a piece, those have got to be for high quality troops. And the mercenary sergeants are that, but I still cannot justify them if they're not kind of knighthood order troops. French Green orders, I'm more willing to take though. But I think you can see the problem about starting your own kingdom is that trying to recruit in large amounts is going to be a problem. Then we will finally be able to use villages, but only our own villages, and that may not last very long. Still no troops from the prison brokers, that's very unfortunate. I was hoping for something by now, maybe a mercenary company of some kind. What we do when we've got a few more troops, we'll go down and do some more work for the knighthood order that we've been dealing with. Mercenary Highlanders, you guys are strong. I'll take you for now, but I'm not thrilled. You're not that expensive, but you're shock troops, and shock troops don't tend to last very long, I find. Maiden Cavalry, Maiden Ranger. We'll go for Militia. I think we need some more frontline troops, especially with the loss of those mercenary sergeants that we're no longer willing to pay. We'll head by Ishkomen. We get some authentic desert, well I say authentic, but some possibly very stereotypical desert music in the background. Salion under sharp peace, that'll keep Salion alive for a little bit longer. I don't suppose that long. I'm not going to do a tournament here. Ishkomen tournaments can be a little bit troublesome. Iris the Lotus, you've always done well for me. Please give me some troops. Nope. What about you? 4 of you, that's fine. I don't mind the Singalian Spearmen. Just make sure we have enough food as well. We do, but we can probably sell off these bits here. And pick up whatever food is nearby. In fact, what we could do, we can go to the tavern. We've got 2 of these various loots, and what you can do, you can speak to the tavern masters here and say, I'm looking for supplies. So we will get ourselves a baggage train at the cost of 2 various loot. Now, it's just kind of general food with pretty good morale, and they'll also eat all the other bits of food as well, but the baggage train will just make us not need to pay for food for a while, which is probably quite useful. Over to Singal, let's see if we get some more troops there. What's happening here? Those are just Singalian slavers. Death Cult, there's no real benefit for us doing that. We wouldn't get any prisoners out of it.
Yes, milady.
I'll take the back snowballs, that's fine. Oh, there's a drunken adventurer. I suppose it's getting a proficiency up if nothing else. These guys are actually sometimes quite troublesome, I find. And they do tend to have quite a lot of health as well. There we go, got him. And actually our relation improves with both Morris and Singal, so it's not a bad idea to do. Now where has... I don't know where he's gone, so we'll just come back in. Ramoon, hello there. Game of chance. 1100 dinars. Ah, he won that, that's fine. I don't really know how that has worked out, I just kind of accept my losses when it occurs. But we've got a decent enough troop now. We could probably start going in, especially with these Pendor footmen increasing quickly in the ranks. That's the thing, like the Pendor troops are actually really quickly to increase in their rank and their experience. It's just really hard to get enough of them before you have your own kingdom, the Kingdom of Pendor. I find, and because of these self-imposed restrictions, constantly recruiting is coming at a cost that I would rather not pay. Anyone interesting here? Javen the Blade, please give me something. Here we go. 16 warriors. I don't have room. No. Oh well. We'll take the town thugs. We didn't have enough room for the 17 troops there. That's okay. Pendor swordsmen. I'm not thrilled by these troops because they are inherently troops that are like these mercenary Highlanders. Shock troops, they're great, but they're not very good at staying alive very long. Let's just keep it. Oh my goodness, 95 troops. That's horrifying. We'll deal with them in a second, but I want to at least get some benefits from it from the Shadow Legion down here. Oh, there's a tournament. Why not? I can't remember about the SES tournament. Oh my goodness, this is a melee and a half. Right, there is range, so I need to watch out because I don't have a shield. I need to kill this guy. No. Trying to take on a two-handed weapon with our own two-handed weapon, it's not going to work because we do not have the experience or proficiency to use that very quickly. Right, bounty I can do. I will do a night. Do I want to do Knights of the Dawn? I'm happy to do a Knights of the Dawn fight. I'm not happy to fight any of the other Knighthood orders though. Although last time we did the Knights of the Dawn, it didn't go particularly well. How big is this group? 57, that's not too bad. Let's see if we can get over here to this hill. There we go. We do the bidding of a stray, and no one can stand against us. To battle. Right, infantry here. Archers there. Are they going to charge us? They're not. Excellent. Fine, cavalry can sit over here because that's where the majority of cavalry is. In fact, we're very cavalry heavy at the moment, more than I would usually do. But I'm not going to say no. I just want to give our archers as much time to knock down these knights of these Dawn Wyverns as possible. Hello there. Didn't see you coming in. There we go. A lot of the Dawn Wyverns are dying. Now we need to go because the cavalry are charging. Those Knights of the Dawn will pack a punch for sure. We will lose quite some troops here. Hopefully most of them will just be knocked out, which is fine. I'm hoping our lower end troops can kind of take the majority of the damage, but goodness me, this is a bloodbath. So, as long as we don't lose anyone too important, that should be fine. Don't mind if, you know, thugs die, it's not a problem. But this is going to cost us a lot in terms of recruiting some more troops, but maybe we can pick some up from the Snake Cult. But again, we've got these self-imposed restrictions that we're going to have to deal with. Oh, these Dawn Wyverns are proving troublesome. Let's go to the Knights instead. We are going to win this, but it has come at quite a cost. Let's try. Oh, take out your horse. No. We did some damage to your horse, but we got ourselves knocked down in the process. Hopefully it will be some good loot as well. But again, these are all important quests that we need to be doing at this stage of the campaign, because this will also determine where we end up setting up our kingdom. So the sooner we know that, the better. And it also gives us some more renown, which is useful. Everyone can upgrade a bunch of gear, which is excellent. We'll take all this to sell. We lost about 20 troops there. It's not spectacular, but that's fine. Pendor swordsmen, Ventry warriors. Singolian Horseman, Silent Squire, Cavalry, Adventurer, Mountain Infantry. Okay. It's better than nothing, I suppose. Go to the tavern, see who's here for us to take. I'm not taking Mercenary Horsemen, they'll cost an absolute bomb. Let's sell all these bits here that we don't need. And we will actually go in and speak to the knight here and get our reward straight away if I can. I was hoping we'd have some troops join us. Sadly not. That's fine. I might just need to give my troop a little bit of time to rest up here. Because I don't have... A lot of them are very, very injured. I don't have a strong enough party at the moment to go out with just 40 troops. But there we go. That should be enough for them to at least be mostly recovered by now. I should have made sellswords, not highwaymen. Mentine Lancer. Some arquebusiers. Get you upgraded, get you upgraded. I'm trying to keep some arquebusiers alive. You'll see I've been depositing some in the kind of area of the old ruins by Quinn. Let's take on these. Ithilrandi was defeated, goodness me, that doesn't happen very often. Right. This is gonna not be as good as I thought. We don't have as many troops as I would initially like here. Infantry forward a little bit. Archers can go there. Cavalry can move forward a little bit as well. Let's see if we can do some damage here. But we did take a bit of damage from that snake old follower. We need to try and keep our troops alive if we can, because I really can't spend the money to keep on hiring, otherwise I'll never build up surplus without taking on some large armies with the help of someone else, as we did kind of in the earlier stages of this campaign. Right, everyone charge now, because we need to charge down those armsmen, because these guys will hurt. There's quite a few of them. If I can even just disrupt this line, that would be useful. No, but at least our horse will do something. I should have really set the cavalry to charge down these armsmen. That was my tactical error. They are now charging, but it was come again a bit of a cost that I'm not thrilled about. I mean, in melee, these guys aren't too bad to deal with, although the two-handed weapons can be troublesome. How many losts? Oh, 6. That's unfortunate. But this is, like I said, this is all for a reason. We're not just doing this to gain like 3,000 dinars. We're doing this for an eventual quest at the very end. Another problem with giving these guys blunt weapons, they're not going to be as good as sharp weapons. But my hope is we can use it to get more prisoners. We'll let people upgrade, grab the rest to sell. Because at the moment we're just stagnating at 30,000 dinars, which is not enough to start a kingdom on. We can take the farmer, we can take these guys, we can't take the peasant women unfortunately. Right, we need to head to Ethos, we need a few more troops really. Snake cult killers we can come back for, that's fine. Richard, any troops for me? Nothing this time unfortunately. There are some adventurers here, but they again cost a lot of money that I'm not particularly prepared to pay just at the moment. So let's carry on. Head over to Janos, we might be able to get some good troops there. Back to I've taken something back from the Dashar, that's good. Keeping the Dashar in check is important. Sif Moonshadow, you usually have troops for me, don't you? Oh, you do. 9 bounty hunters, fine, I'll take. The troops I'm actually looking for are the Battle Brothers,
Hey, Captain.
who are the Inquisitors that roam the Dashar lands, taking on the Dashar. The reason I like them is because they are all blunt weapon. They are all troops with blunt weapons, and they're pretty good with them. But again, trying to recruit them in any large quantity can be troublesome, especially with the problems that we're only allowed to hire Pendor troops unless we buy them as mercenaries. But here we go. Battle Brothers, War Priests, Clerics. It'd be very useful to pick them up, but again, I don't know if there's actually a way we can without hiring them as prisoners, and that's something we're not prepared to kind of break our rules on, so it may be impossible. Again, this is why it's quite useful having your own knighthood order, because you can set people up with blunt weapons, but that's a long way off, and it's going to require a lot of money, which, as you can already tell, is something we're not really having a lot of at the moment. Right, back over towards... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Back towards Sez and the Snake Cult. Put up 3,000 dinars, which isn't bad, it's just not enough, because we inevitably have to spend some each time. Fard Khan of the Dashar Principalities has founded a chapter house of the Order of the Emerald Lion in Morbray Castle. Well, another one of those minor knighthood order factions that we can't do much with, but we do sometimes see out on the field somewhere. Young Fitzfane Adventurers, Pendor Militia. Let's get everyone upgraded. And of course, upgrading also comes with a cost, as does having to pay everyone. We will do the Wardens though, because these guys have blunt weapons. I don't know if the Sheriff does. We might just keep them as Wardens, to be honest, if they... if the Rangers don't have that, because it would be very useful to have the benefits of having some blunt weapon troops for the time being. You have some farmers and some militia and some general recruits that I want, so I'm going to chase you down, and then I'll chase down those Snake Cult afterwards. Right, infantry here, I'll just hear cavalry over there as usual. They will charge in, but I'm not too fussed about the Red Brotherhood. These guys are not a huge threat, to be honest. The cavalry can charge now. We'll keep the infantry as a bit of a wall for our archers, but I wouldn't mind some of these wardens getting some knockouts, which would be, again, just more prisoners for us. We might just have to do it all ourselves, but there we go. You can see a warden is actually knocked out. So I might actually be willing to gain a lot of wardens. I've honestly forgotten already what troop they upgrade from. We'll need to check that in a second, because I'd be willing to pick up a huge contingent of them. Militia, farmers, refugees. Yeah, the monks and the pilgrims I'd love to take. But again, we can't. We said we can only take Pendor troops, unfortunately. And I'm a man of my word, so I'm going to stick with that. But I do want to check the troop trees for the wardens. Yeah, these guys are really fun. The Inquisitors are really, really strong as well. Where would I find the wardens? Possibly under mercenaries. Townsman, town militiaman, warden. That's where we are. We can also have a look at the sheriff. Oh, the sheriff has cavalry maces as well, and a blunt tip lance. Oh, excellent! Right. So we want to be hiring townsmen, town militiamen, and bounty hunters. Fine. We know what we need to be looking out for, because that gives us prisoner gathering capabilities. I don't mind you being a sheriff. That's going to hopefully keep you alive a little bit longer. I'm a little upset you don't have a better horse, because that horse will not keep you alive very long. But what can you do? that's our first hero adventure as well. They are very costly, but they do look quite cool. We will take on the Serpent Coven. How sublime. Right, everyone over here. Are they charging us? They're not charging us. Excellent. I like it when they don't charge us because that gives our archers a bit of time to knock them out. We do have a decent recovery contingent now, so I will actually try to do a little bit more tactics than just charging at them for once. We'll send the cavalry over there to flank the Snakeheart Armsmen. Because we've actually got a very big cavalry contingent nowadays. Balestra killed, that's unfortunate. Oh, damn, they've called my bluff. Cavalry, come back. Cavalry, come back to me. Do a fighting retreat here. Not a retreat, just a reorganisation. We lost a warden already, that's annoying. Charge now. Take out this cavalry, we'll deal with the Snakeheart Armsmen a little later. 2 wardens already dead. That has not gone to plan. That's really unfortunate. But we now know what we need to be getting to have more prisoners, and that's that particular line of mercenaries, bounty hunters. I guess that makes sense. That, oh my goodness, we're missing so many wardens. Their horses are just so weak, I find. So they're not great in small. They're not great against the cavalry, but against infantry they might be okay. Not great. I possibly shouldn't have pushed the cavalry up early. I was hoping that they would go the other way, but they didn't. It's unfortunate. We're kind of stagnating a little bit at this stage of the campaign, which is not something I'm thrilled by. I need to keep an eye out for more blunt lances for my lancer troops. How many? We lost 3 wardens and 2 were wounded. Goodness me. Right, onwards and upwards. Hopefully. Grab all these bits here. We can take those 3 farmers, I suppose. Grab these prisoners. We might want to consider mixing some spearmen into our line just to help these Snakeheart cavalry. How are we doing for our quest? We've got enough, but I'd like to keep going and getting a bit more if I can. 30 Snakeheart or something we can take on, surely. Right. Again, we'll set up here. This time we will keep our cavalry nearby for the time being. Once we know what they're doing, we can adjust our own plans. Here we go. I suppose I could get the cavalry to follow me. That wouldn't be a terrible idea. But for now, let's just see if we can do some work here. No, I see you shooting it. Throwing something at me. Is the cavalry charging? Are their cavalry charging? Not yet. Oh, they're being usually... Oh, here we go. There we go. Let's at least slow that chap down. I suppose I could keep all my good troops that I've got stashed in the odd ruins, but I'd rather keep them for when we actually go independent, because we're going to need those Noldor troops defending our walls. We could keep the arquebusiers out, but again, they're pretty strong once there's enough of them. I'm happy just to sit here and exchange fire from a distance. The infantry will protect them for the time being. They'll protect our archers for the time being, I'm trying to say. Looks like the cavalry is now going to charge, so I'm going to send my cavalry down the other end. And our infantry can take on the cavalry, that's fine. Cavalry charge now. Send them down to deal with those Snakeheart Armsmen. Right, that's gone a lot better, but it was a smaller, much smaller group. But we did play a bit more tactically as well, I suppose. Grab these bits to sell. Okay. Don't see those very often, the Rusty Priestess Snake Boots. It's a bit of a rarity they show up, actually. 2 armsmen as prisoners, better than nothing. Let's sell our gear at Janos. Anything that we don't need. We'll keep that immortal shield for the time being, because eventually we'll level up and that can be a nice replacement for our current shield that we have. Pick up a few thousand dinars here. I could really do with another. We're taking on another unique hero, to be honest. I'm just curious to see who's here. Do you have Wodenson? He's not someone I can take at this stage in the campaign. I will sell all my prisoners. I suppose I can see actually if Richard actually has some additional troops for me. Let's have a look. He does. Oh, now we're getting all the formidable companies of Mettenheim and Barclay. Now that we can't actually take them because we don't have enough space. It's unfortunate. 52. We could take that on, I suppose. It's a little strong. We'll leave it for the time being. For something in the 30s or the 40s, I'd probably appreciate that a little more. There we go. 30 troops. That's better. And they've even got some farmers as well, so we can replace our losses if that is a necessity. And we've got a very nice hill to work with. Excellent. Infantry here. Archers here. Cavalry on the side. Thank you. Again, because we've got a good position here, let's try and hold it as long as possible. The Snake Hill followers I'm not worried about. Those guys will die without too much issue. Well, they're not from my bow, because I'm apparently terrible at aiming today. The Hawkstorm bow is not bad, to be fair. You can see there's some very good Noldor bows, but again, they just come at a cost that we can't justifiably afford at the moment. Take that lady's horse if we can. Ooh, our horse has received a lot of damage there. Right, their cavalry looks like they're kind of, well, they were kind of charging there for a second. We've got a good hill, let's keep it as long as we can without charging, because that will just buy us some time. I mean, I'm actually focusing on the armsmen more than the cavalry at the moment, because these guys are more dangerous at range than obviously the cavalry is. Farmer killed, that's unfortunate, but there are farmers that we can replace from this group of prisoners. Those farmers I'm not too upset about. Looks like their cavalry is making a move. It's fine. Pendor and Bowman's a shame to lose, but again we just have to deal with the consequences of this. This is all for a good cause. Right, we can charge now. This is not. There's only really a few cavalry left at this point. Here's our Hero Adventurer. Hero Adventurer is very, very strong. He is actually just a. He costs 250 a week, but he's actually very good at his job. You can see we've only got one Hero Adventurer, but he's definitely making a name for himself with the amount of kills that he's getting. So he's definitely worth having. I think that's him over there on the red and white horse. Warden dead. Man, those Wardens are good, but they're knocking out troops, but they're so weak to return to retaliation for any decent quality troop. Farmer dead, that's fine. I'm not sure I can really justify making a big group of Wardens, but a few mixed here and there. If we see them, we'll take them, but we're not going to kind of get rid of any other troops just to make space for them, because they're just dying so quickly. 7 killed in that engagement. Not ideal, but it's okay. We'll take those farmers. I think when I become Kingdom of Pendor, I'll allow myself to take all the religious units, so pilgrims, monks, or here's a fun one: we'll do it when we're at war with the Dashar. We're allowed to hire pilgrims and monks because the Dashar are the only religion that are actively hostile to these guys. So if we're ever at war with the Dashar, we're allowed to hire monks and pilgrims. Otherwise, we're not allowed to. If we're hostile to the Dashar, we can take those troops. I think that will be my rule for that one. So it thematically makes sense that that's something we would do. But so we can't take them at the moment. I could anger the Dashar to be actively hostile to them, but that's not a great idea either, because then we'll lose out on about 5 cities worth of money, and that's not something we want to do at the moment. So let's sell these bits. Again, you know, it's going to be worth about 600. It's better to have it than not. I think we've done enough of the snake cult troop quest for a while. So let's go hand in these bounties. We'll also get some Marini and some Centurions. Question is, how many? 4 Centurions and... where are the Marinis? Up to 80 of them, but I think we had a few of them already. Wardens of the Sheriffs. The Sheriffs are staying alive a little bit longer, although the Wardens are not. But that's something we could consider. If we see Sheriffs around, that's a little bit more acceptable. We are also getting quite a few Adventurers now, which is useful, but expensive. Pendor Militia and Pendor Recruits. Let's just go back in, see if they will give us any gear. No, we haven't upgraded just yet. Tournament Champion in Marleon. I could actually possibly do that. That's fine. Marleon's not a bad place to do a tournament. So we'll actually see if I can win that for them, because I believe that is purely a lance-only battle for that tournament. And that's something I should be able to do. Goodness me, Dread Legion. Let's get out of there. It's fine, we should be able to run away in time, especially with these Noldor nearby. Thankfully we're no longer hostile with them. That'd be very useful indeed. Going to keep an eye on the time of the month though, because once it gets to the start of the month we're going to want to go to the Castle of Elacry to see if we can get any additional benefits there. These Adventurers are going to start eating into my income, but they are very strong. And at the moment we do just need some strength as well. But probably actually in terms of money we want to go take on the Sea Raiders, because those are very useful troops that we can kill quite quickly, and they tend to provide good loot. And we haven't done that for a while, so we'll head up towards Valenbray, Yavixholm. This is not the... No, I was thinking of Vendor, wasn't I? Vendor was the one with the lances, or possibly Sarleon. This one is just purely melee though, so that's not terrible. Just gotta plan myself a little bit more with this. I don't like people having swords. It's fine if I've got a one-handed, but trying to deal with a two-handed weapon when you're on horse and they're on foot is actually sometimes very problematic. But we might still be able to win this, and again it will help our relation with and rank with the Knighthood Order, which we do need to get done. I might change horses quickly. Oh, Huithril was knocked out by a regular fighter. I'm sure he'll hear lots of teasing about that down the tavern. Ah, well done, Major Adventurer, you've done all the work for me. 3 teams of 4 fighters. Because we're doing this on behalf of the Knighthood Order, we are not allowed to bet. If we win this, we'll still be able to claim the 2,000 dinars that you get automatically for winning, but we will not be able to place any bets on ourselves, because we are doing this for the glory of the Knighthood Order, not really for ourselves. That was too far for me to reach. I don't want to get bogged down if possible. Getting stuck on the walls in a tournament is a death sentence. A lot of our friends seem to be losing their lives, which is a problem. And it looks like the red team are doing very well for themselves. In fact, there's 4 of them and 1 of me, which is a problem. Okay, we're going to have to play this quite delicately. Let's get them all off their horses as a starting point. And do some damage while we go past, if possible. Only one of them has a two-handed weapon, which is fine. That's the one I'm more concerned about. And I need to avoid him until I've got at least 2 kills. Oh goodness, that was close. Right, turn around. Need to have this guy's horse. There we go, 1 horse down. Getting them off their horses just gives me manoeuvrability to work things out. There we go. I also want to pick up a second shield from someone. There should be one around here somewhere. There isn't, that's unfortunate. Might be one over in this pile of bodies over here. Well, they might have despawned by now. I think they... Some of them have... Some weapons are still here. There's a shield there, I want it. Oh no! Run, run, run. Run! Oh, that was a mistake. That was a real mistake to pick up that shield. Right, this is going to be a problem. We need to win this round. Not win it, we need to kill enough people to be surviving, because we wanted to get this quest done. This is not about money, this is about honour. Damn it. That would be a failed quest. Oh well. Right, let's go back and report to the Shadow Legion quickly. We might be able to get a different tournament, which might work better. Silent Renegade Nobles, Silent Longbowmen, Squires and Rogue Knights. We could take you guys on. Those Longbowmen might be a problem, but that's fine. Hail and well met. Ooh, river. Let's not be in the river, please. Let's get out of the river ASAP. This is not somewhere we want to stay. Cavalry up here, please. Yeah, let's get out of it. Being in the river is bad against that level of archers. These guys aren't too strong, but they are problematic. A lot of our Marini don't have shields, or none of our Marini have shields because that's how they work. I'm hoping we can get them, prompt them to charge us. I think they are now charging, which is good. We'll hold the river's edge here because it'll be nice and slow for the cavalry if they charge us, which will be useful. Cavalry just needs to move a little bit further along because they're a little bit close at the moment. We might get some decent loot, if not for ourselves, but for our companions. That wouldn't be a bad thing. Yeah, they're kind of stuck in the river, so let's let them stay in the river for the time being. I'm again going to focus on the range more than the cavalry. The cavalry I'm not too worried about. These longbowmen, however, they're not especially great, but in large quantities they're pretty decent. Let's see if we can turn this chap here. Goodness me, I can't hit someone who's about 3 feet away from me. There we go. We're getting a few shots, not as much as I perhaps like. I'm slightly misjudging the range, but it's fine, I guess. Just need to go a little bit higher. There we go. Because again, I want to get some more proficiency with my bow and arrow if possible. And once I've done this, we can probably charge. No, we can probably charge now, actually, that's fine. And we'll now focus on those guys in the river, so our cavalry doesn't get bogged down by them. And back to these guys over here. Those 3 archers shouldn't prove too troublesome, I don't think. Okay. I don't know if we'll get any good loot from it, but if nothing else, it'll be some renown for us. And we should be able to get something to sell. I just don't know the quality of it, really. Right, for renown. Any good items here? Oh, there's some gold. And a very nice horse, actually. 57 armor, speed 39. It's only 1 speed less, but that's a lot of armor. It's a lot of armor. That's probably one of the best armors we've encountered on a horse that we've actually been able to ride for a while. Take the rest of this to sell. And we were going back to Cez, weren't we? Just to apologise to the Knighthood Order for failing their quest. That's fine. Ethos is under siege. Goodness me, the Dashara. Absolutely running away with this campaign at the moment. That's a real concern. We'll keep the gold for now. And probably use it a little bit later on in the campaign. We might drop it off at Quinn next time we're there. The wool here, I'm just going to see how cheap it is. And then how much we can sell it for. We can sell wine for a very good amount here. Or buy wine and then sell it. But there's no wine here. Great. Right, let's head down to Sez. Ooh, all these adventurers are causing a little bit of a problem with our account. But let's keep going. We will keep going with adventurers though. They're strong. They will provide us a backbone for our army, and especially our cavalry contingent, because we need to keep our sheriffs and stuff like that alive. Gotta watch out for those daughters of Brisno. Plenty of snake cult around. If the bounty is actually reset, which it won't have done, we lose honour. It's unfortunate. I'm not going to do the challenging task at the moment. I'm just going to reorganise my inventory because the food's a little bit all over the place. So let's reclaim that. We'll also pick up whatever else is here. Maybe some fish as well. Right. Money. Let's actually get some spearmen up and running as well. Pendor spearmen. I feel like we might want a few of them just to mix in to keep our... basically to deal with the snake cult when they arrive. Right, victory progress. Who is on the field? Kajuda the Ravager, Warlord Zulkar are the two I can take on at the moment, with some help admittedly. Those are both Jatu armies, so let's head towards the Jatu plain, because we can do with more money overall. Either money and or Tears of the Elves, otherwise known as Collis Gems. I might even be able to bait them into attacking it. I can get them to attack a small Noldor group. Ethos has fallen to the Dashar, that's really problematic. That's a Jatu army, that's not a named Jatu army though. That is just on the Jatu army. Where is Warlord Zulkar? Usually hands out somewhere around by Poinsbrook, but he might have left. That's a mismounted army, it's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it's not who we're looking for. Hello there. That's an even bigger mismounted army. Goodness me, the Ravenstone are not having a good time with the travelling armies here. But Poinsbrook never does. Poinsbrook struggles. I just want to see if I can at least find one of the two named warlords of the Jatu. Because then I can make a decision whether to stay here or go and fight some Sea Raiders over by Yavik's home. That's just a Jatu army. That's again not what I need. Got to be careful here. There's a lot of Jatu around. This isn't looking like a spectacular choice at the moment, admittedly. I don't even know where Warlord Zulkar is. He must be somewhere. Usually they hang around near towns, but I don't know. Maybe he's over here by Rain or Ravenstone? They do sometimes come over as far this way. Well, Vendor's being besieged by Jubrinus. Maybe they'll be able to take that back off Ravenstone. Let's go to the tavern and speak to Richard, sell my prisoners. But really, I want to speak to someone else. I want to speak to the tavern barmaid. Invading armies, 2,000 gold. It's a lot. They haven't given me any of the actual useful lords. Great. That's 2,000 dinars down the drain. I'm not going to get back. We'll have one more look and see if we can find either of the Jatu warlords. If not, I'm heading over to Yavik's home to try and some money there. Where are the Jatu warlords? Oh, there's Kajuda the Ravager. 4-3-1. That's going to be troublesome to get someone to siege him. Vendor's no longer under siege. I could try bait him into Noldor lands. Let's see if we can do that. I think it's going to be a tall order to do that, to be honest. But we'll try it. Because we'll need to have multiple groups of Noldor that aren't the named Noldor troops. There's another Jetu army over there. Jetu are very strong at the moment. Let's just see if we can even bring enough Noldor over here to be able to manage it. Not without raiding party nearby. Got to watch out for these smaller groups which will entangle us in. Right, we're not going to be able to manage that. Not with all these tiny groups of Noldor running around, unfortunately. Which is unfortunate. I just don't think it's going to work. So let's head over towards the Avixholm. Go for our original plan of doing what we intended to do, and that's to go and kill a bunch of Sea Raiders, because they're fairly easy to kill. We don't tend to take many losses. There's some big fights going on here. Oh, they're a venture company. Ooh, you might be fun to take on. What we'll do, we'll let this Knights of the Lion War Company attack you, and we might go and help. I think that'll be okay. Because I wouldn't mind helping myself to some of that loot from the Adventure Company, and we actually get to control some of the Knights of the Lion, which is always very fun. These guys are pretty strong as well. They'd also have some Squire of the Lions as well. I always thought the Squire of the Lions had horses, but I might be mistaken. Now, where is this army? Cavalry, follow me. We might just do this as a cavalry-only fight, because we've got plenty of friendly cavalry to help us out. This is one poor farmer charging us. He's going to have a bad day. If I don't kill him, someone else will. Maybe not. There we go, knocked him out. Here come the cavalry. Let's pull back. Oh, I was going to say pull back, but we can't really. Cavalry just charge, that's fine. We've got enough Knights of the Line here, I don't think it's going to be a huge problem for us. Realistically. So we can tell this guy here. This is probably a Rogue Ravenstern Knight, I think. I actually don't know. Oh, it might have been a maiden adventure, actually. That might be what it was. I do like having the Knights of the Lion. These guys are also very strong. And if I was kind of playing more Sun unfocused, I probably would go with these guys. But I'm not. This time I've gone with the Shadow Legion, which I don't know if I'm regretting. They aren't quite as strong as I remember. Although that may just be my strategic decisions, which admittedly haven't been very good recently. There we go. Field has been won. And that actually gives us some positive relation with Salion as well. We'll let anything be taken there. A few little bits. Okay. Oh, Seer favourites. I really want them. But I can't take them, they're not. Oh, that's unfortunate. These guys are really good archers, and they're really nice, and they're really hard to find as prisoners. But I can't take them because they're not Pendor troops. For goodness sake. These silly little rules I've imposed on myself. I'm just curious, actually. I think this will be another fun rule, actually. If I can get the 4 major kind of enemy groups down below a certain level, I think it would be kind of once they're no longer strong or overwhelming or invincible, once they're kind of wavering or faltering or something like that, then I can hire troops from that group. So for example, if the snake cult go down to like non-existent, then I can hire snake cult troops from prisoner groups. So everything that we do has a cause and effect. If we're rewarded the Shah, we can hire the heretical troops, or the troops which fight the heretics. If we've managed to take out the majority of the minor hateful factions, we can hire some of their troops. It's all about cause and effect. I think that's what we'll do going forward. However, I think we'll call things there, because I think we're coming up on about an hour, possibly a little bit more than that. So thank you so much for watching. More to come soon indeed. Take care. Bye bye.